but that has to somehow be loved and
Yes,
given a function in the world,
yes,
like that of devotion.
Yes, it will be loved once you feel safe. So first things first.
Okay.
First, you need to find safety and security in self-achievement. You see, that you're clear that you are effortlessly free. You see, you're effortlessly free. When you're sure of that, due to proper observation of yourself, then love will follow into everything, including the forms of your manifestation. Because love comes from that safety. Real love comes from that safety. It's when you're safe that you really have time to love, without any self-interest, and also without any creating any set of comparison system with anything. Everything is beautiful for its own individuality already. You see, and that sense of beauty comes out of peace, and peace comes out of safety. Mental peace comes out of safety. When you realize that you're safe. But so long as we don't feel that safe, then we let this thought come in, like, okay, we need to be on guard. We need to make sure that this doesn't happen to me, because otherwise the whole thing is going to happen, you know. Then there is a lack of faith in that moment. There is no love with the divine. There's no trust in God. There's no sense of relationship with the divine path that is manifesting in you and the guidance you have in. There's no respect for that guidance, no recognition.
Yes,
you understand?
I think so. That's what I feel is a lack of innocence.
Yes, exactly, and that needs to be nurtured. You see, in a way, you start the nurturing sometimes by instruction, but then when the love fills your heart, then you have devotion with love, with genuine love. Then you find the structure almost empty because you were doing it out of an instruction, but then you find out that actually now you have with what to fulfill your love. You have love. So then you really are in the hands of the mystery, and you really trust it. And you just genuinely know deep inside, without a question, that you will have every time whatever you need, and that what you don't need you won't have. So there is a seal, you see, relationship between the individual and the universe that is sacred, and that is absolute, and that is the outcome of experience. Is not even a belief. It's not that you need to believe in a God that will save you. No, you have to be honest with yourself and see that you had been cared for, and that you are cared for now. And you have to recognize the source in the now. And then you have to recognize that source will be in you and with you. And once you honor it, then you can be devoted. And it has to be genuine. So that's the difference between being devoted to something is your own experience, rather than being devoted to something you just believe. See?
How did I manage to lose that?
By knowledge, you see, because when we start knowing, we abandon the mystery. You understand? And we start believing too much in the structure of thinking and believing in the reality that it projects. And we lose sight of divine nature. So we lose the relationship, which is the primal relationship between you and God. And that when that is already kind of collapsed, then you try to find peace, and you try to find yourself, and you try to understand your mind, and you try to understand others, and you try to be happy, and you try to. But primarily, you see, internally, the first relationship you have, you see, which is with your own essence. You see, the first relationship you have is is non-existent, you see, almost. So then you have a dream, an isolated dream in your mind, without any link to eternity. And when there is an isolated dream without any link to eternity, it becomes very real, very strong, because the energy condensates within itself. So, in the spiritual path, you see, it's good for you to have a good relationship with God, no matter how you conceive him, or her, or it. You can say it's nature, or you can say it's the universe, you can say it's the great spirit, you can say it's the absolute, you can say it's the beloved, you can say it's God, you can say anything you like, but do it. Doesn't matter how you call it, but do it. Have a good relationship with that, and be humble, and put yourself on your knees and your life in the hands of that power, because that power is anyway the only power, and that power will take love on you, and it will care for you, and it will give you insights in the form of wisdom when you need them. And you'll be more grateful to that, because you know that's the source of your own wisdom. So there is harmony. But in us there is no harmony. In our minds we are disconnected from the universe. We don't recognize the higher power that really rules everything. And we are divorced, so to speak, from that. So we just don't have a relationship. So when the moment comes that you find yourself through instruction, you lack the experience of devotion. You just don't know what to do with your emotions, basically. You have an amazing sensation of peace, and you have no hints of gratitude in you. You just enjoy the peace as if it's a cold beer. You know? So you become the enjoyer immediately. Instead of you accept the gift, and you bow in gratitude for that moment of peace, for that gift. Gratitude to the higher power that is making this happen. And then you become strong, because you begin as good friends and you end as one with the beloved. And you feel protected, you see, because whatever you need to know, you will know whenever you need it. So you don't make any effort to try to know before. Such is the devotion, such is the trust. But if we lack that, when we find peace, we can't hold it, you see, because our mental activity is too huge, it's very fragmented. And we're trying to achieve the impossible, because we want unity, keeping separation in our hearts. So you can find unity, you know, if you push it, you can find unity inside of yourself. But can you hold in your heart that unity? Can you be in love with that? Because, you know, even in this world, everything, you're going to start living the day you give yourself into anything. If you don't give yourself into nothing, you don't live. And the next world is the same. So in this world, you learn that. The next world is the world from home. It's the same world, but a totally different world.